see them like usually rotate between the three characters of Akatsuki, Adachi, and Hakumen. But bringing out the Yumi this time and seeing what they can do, this will be an interesting one.
Certainly Yumi a little bit less vulnerable to getting chased down by I guess bullets and Laris JV. So maybe a matchup thing, maybe just a hey, I want to see how my new character is working out. But already getting into it. 5C off the rip, okay.
Yeah, sorry,
Feeling adventurous
so far, but Anima getting the first little bit of a drawing first blood here in this opening moments and already going for a Samus situation.
Yeah, we're whooping that J on purpose. There we go. Fire wheel locking him down. Can't block the high. And already, going to be taking all this damage without letting him burst. One more mix, and Hakumen gets in there.
Yeah, Hakumen safely in. They're doing a little, they're not doing too bad right now, but unfortunately, unfortunate whiff on that throw combo. But making the burst whiff, and Hakumen is able to just keep this pressure up now.
Yeah, we throw them out of the corner just to bring them back in, just to bait out the Labrys DP and start getting a real max damage combo going. Might be hitting only 6.5, but another mix threatening, and good match out by Anima. DP too early, not able to influence through the counter super.
Yeah, it's one of the unfortunate things. I understand what a lot of people want to do when they see that counter super is, oh, I can still act, let me see if I can just DP them out of it, but that super is active enough where it'll just beat DP straight up, unfortunately. And Anima losing her Labrys very early on.
You definitely need to hit that quick time event. But yeah, no Labrys in the bank right now, but I guess a very capable character. We'll see if they're able to navigate through, and just like this, they might be able to get rid of Yumi and leave it down to 1v1. Keep it simple, keep it sweet.
Just a nice combo, and honestly, like, given the damage output of both these characters, I firmly believe with the right start, this could be a one-touch situation for both sides.
Well, Hakumen needs a meter, first of all. We're going to have to sit through a bit of neutral and push blocking away. Losing that advantage is not going to be helping Negi's cause. In fact, their cause may be dead in the ditch. Super, and there he goes.
And I'm taking the first game. I can understand the general premise behind at least the Lucky's team with just both characters having a pretty insane amount of damage output, but unfortunately we didn't really get to see the Yumi do a lot of work compared to the Hakumen in that set, or in that match. I'd imagine it's probably just, getting a little bit more familiar with the character and just seeing how they work with Hakumen, because, you could be playing, one of the same characters, and yeah, you'll be very comfortable with them, but just being able to work things out with a new partner is going to showcase a little bit of the growing pains.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've already seen now they're switching off of Yumi point to Hakumen point. A little bit of a bold idea by conventional wisdom, but you can cut the bullets. You can maybe force Aegis to rely on different neutral tools. And one thing I would like to see is Negi make better use of the Yumi assist right there. I mean, 5P is getting started, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking to cut the bullets. You're looking to tech forward, keep some advantage. I don't know why we keep throwing them back out of the corner, but hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate position to be in, but if you're getting some damage on the board, I feel like that's a net positive. Maybe you have to work in the neutral a little harder just because he took him out of the corner, but hopefully it doesn't deter Lucky Nagi too much in these opening moments.
Ooh, what a clash on the 4P, not able to bait out the DP, and right now Hakumen may be dead to rights. Here's the DHC on the table. That's a very healthy Susanoo unit in there, and yeah, it'll be living, I think, just barely.
Yeah, thankfully for Hakumen still alive, but unfortunate whiff on that 2148, and we'll be getting a good chunk of good amount of damage on the Labrys. Not going to kill just quite yet. Didn't really have a safe way to DHC or to get a super out of there, but a 5C will be sealing Labrys' fate, and it's all just solo Aegis once again.
Yeah, the Yumi classic coming in right now, 5A into dead character, but right now the Aegis classic is coming into play as well. Baits out the DP, follow the damage, now has all the bar, but unlike last game, the Lucky Negi has some bar of their own to respond with. We'll see if we can get a hit on Aegis and maybe turn the tides. Oh, that's a good whiff, but no, not able to catch And yeah, Anima getting out. Ooh.
A little fortunate catch, and Lucky's trying to scramble for a situation, trying to get a hit, but got clipped by the tail end of that JC, and this could be curtains.
We'll get one more loop in. Oh, just has a pixel left. Yanagi going to get some plus frames. Going to get a knockdown. Oh, good side switch. Push them into the corner. I like that routing. Now one more touch. No, backs off trying to bait out something and lets Anima get out.
Yeah, I want to say that Lucky probably did that to try and maybe cancel into a 2-1-4C just so that they can maybe clip the legs, or if, you know, Anima blocked that, they were able to jump cancel to just continue pressure. But unfortunately, didn't get a lot of mileage off of that, and Anima on set point right.
Yeah, I always feel like when you got them at essentially one touch, but you backdash away, that is one of the hardest reads you can make, just because of how much room you give up, and like you let them jump out, you let them, if they're a character with a lot of good air actions, you let them take their turn basically. Especially when you're a character like Hakumen, it's really scary, really risky.
Yeah. Switching back off to the Yumi, maybe perhaps they just maybe want to force them to learn a little bit more on the just how to navigate Yumi and this team in general. Never mind.
I mean, Yumi's the one with the high KDA right now. Got to kill.
Yeah.
All right. Block the first mix. Yeah, good stuff. Oh no, but he gets caught by Reality Stone.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not working out, but these DPs getting a lot of mileage and just a little too early for that DP. And Hakumen is looking worse for wear right now, unfortunately. It's going to be up to Solo Yumi to try and make something happen for a little bit, but it is not looking great for either.
Yeah, good routing by the Labrys, going to be getting a grip of damage. Actually playing for some pretty good neutral right now, using the Aegis 6P, but not able to convert off that. Press the button and gets Ice Supered for their troubles, but JC keeping that neutral nice and secure. Yumi once again goes down to the Anchor Hakumen one more time.
Has a little bit of meter on the board, but I'd say honestly with like any Aegis starter and the amount of meter Anima has, it's probably a one-touch situation. Not looking too good right now, and yeah, they're just going to try and keep it simple, maybe. Guarantee it with a cross combo, and that should be... No!
Discarding star! Oh my goodness! Going for the hard stuff, and I mean, their hubris will... They will not have to pay for their hubris this time. Taking the set 3-0 and moving on.
Yeah. Nice work by Anima. Fortunately for Lucky, they are not out of it just yet, and yeah, they have time to really just develop to see more and more, because I can see this team working out pretty nicely in the sense that you get the proper starters and you get the proper routing, and regardless of which character, you just explode the majority of their health. So hopefully we get to see more of it eventually, but yeah, this is how the cookie crumbles, and Animal will be moving on, and Lucky will be moving down to the loot side of the bracket.
Yeah, definitely feeling a little bit of growing pains with Yumi. I think I saw maybe like 2 or 3 fireballs thrown by her the entire set, on point and on assist. Gotta see more of those, man. Good button. But that's enough of that. We're gonna be getting our next match onto the stream. It'll be your the fan favorite Mustache Villain against Cool Master JG.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one. Mustache Villain always a wild card just because of the way they play their team, and Cool Master JG. I don't remember their second character, but I remember they at least play Yang.
Okay.
But it's been a while
Yang's
since
certainly. I mean, yeah, Yang's certainly a vibe check character. You know, if you haven't played against, or rather, I mean, if you know, is how that goes. Sometimes she just blows you up. Sometimes she looks like the bottom 10.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Mustache is up to the challenge.
Yeah, and I'd say definitely with the Mustache Villain teams, you get vibe checked by, because for most people that have had a decent amount of tenure of the game, you wouldn't expect this team to work out, but Mustache Villain has spent so much time and dedication into this team that, like, you'd think it's probably one of the better teams for both of these pairings, but they're just the best. The simplest way to put it is that they're just that nice with these characters.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. Teddy 5P, 5 frames, lots of It's a great neutral tool. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And so is Tager 5P. You know, if you just call your forward moving assist at the right time, it's a good time.
Yeah, it's well, we'll see some of the stuff that they're capable of in these opening moments, because yeah, going up against Hilda Chie potentially locked in right now.
If Coolmaster plays this unit, this is like, you know, this would be a hard counter in my humble opinion. Coolmaster, if you know how to play these characters, you should play these characters. You know, if we're just going by the theory of it.
Yeah, and I feel like with Chie on point, you know, probably given the right start and the right routing, you can just blender them into a corner with JC. And
Dude, there are 2 instant overheads on that team.
Yeah,
Chie JB hits overhead instantly. So does Hilda JA. It sucks.
yeah, and like on the other side, like we have Hilda, who can just keep honestly both of these characters at base. So I think given the right circumstances, it'll be up to Mustache Villain to try and navigate the situation.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Coolmaster 6 with this, but we're looking at it. We're waiting, and hopefully we get the match soon. All right, it looks like this will be the pick, a very sensible pick. Chie, Hilda, Teddy Tager, and I think this will really hinge on whether or not Mustache is going to be able to avoid the Hilda 4P, because that is, of all the tools that Chie Hilda has available to them into this team, that is definitely one of the best ones.
Yeah. Let's see, Mustache Villain starting off with a Teddy on point. Let's see. You're going to have to enlighten me on the type of support value that Tager can provide to Teddy.
Well, you don't need me to enlighten. You just saw it right there, man. You bear screw, you get the spark bolt cooking in the back, and suddenly you punish a burst, and now Hilda's knocked down. Now she's in the corner for Atomic Collider rookie. Oh no, almost got behind, but that thing is so gross. Oh, not able to pick up, and I mean, Mustache Villain now back on the back foot. See if Coolmaster will be able to stabilize.
Just a little too far, but thankfully for Coolmaster, wasn't able to get punished by the Spark Bolt. But yeah, pressure's back on with the 4P, but Mustache Villain fighting their way back in.
Alright, Mustache doesn't drop these combos. He's so nice with steady. Yeah, gets the barrel Loki, puts him in there. Where's the 5C? No, not able to catch.
Trying to fight their way out with the EX Dragon Kick, but they're still getting pushed into a corner here. Recovery till landing on that JB, gets punished for it!
What routing was the ice too? The creativity, and I hope this doesn't drop. It does not drop it. We get the problem characters out. Down to just GA.
It's definitely going to be a tough round to climb, but unfortunately that 2B whiffed, and I feel like that should be Curry with the Curry as well. Yeah.
Didn't even go for the cross trade. Route is specifically to get him into the Curry.
Nice work by Mustache Villain, being able to take the first game on the board. Pretty convincingly, I might add, too.
Yeah, I think Mustache Villain's strengths as a player is 100% their item conversions. They got the entire game plan laid out, man. The blueprints, they got all the certifications needed. They can build the house that is the Teddy items into anything they want.
Yeah, I think that's honestly just one of like the biggest strengths of Mustache Villain as a player, as you mentioned. Because honestly, regardless of like what item is up next and how much mirror they have, if they want to spend for the extra stuff, or even just like mid-screen, I don't think I've seen them drop a lot of combos, regardless of which item is up on deck.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, speaking of bad times, that is going to be a bad time for Coolmaster. Had the Sandra situation with the 4P and 1 billion damage to Mustache Villain becomes 1 billion damage to themselves. Teddy going to put him in the corner, gives them the food, but going to be able to punish this burst. We're going to punish the DP, and one more setup coming in. Routes into Red Rocket. Oh my god, it's still going. Bro, she's flopping like a fish.
See, look at that! Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just they know every route available to them, and they went to the Curry. Like I firmly refuse to believe that Mustache Villain does not wing any of their combos. They've been in the lab before, and it's like, oh yeah, I know exactly how to do this.
All right, down to just Hilda. Going to go for the advanced taker outside swap, unblockable with the delayed missile. Can he kill off this? Oh, definitely, man. There's no more scaling. He's got all the bar in the world they need. Oh my lord.
Yeah, it's games like that, and just the just like the insane conversions of Mustache Villain is that it's just this team in itself is a vibe check.
For sure. Yeah, we were talking about Yang being a vibe check, and I mean, look at that. Cool Master going to be bringing out the vibe check of their own. Hilda, I mean, typically a character who would eat a team like this alive, has not gotten a chance to play, and we're going to try to fight back.
Yeah, I feel like with the swap from Hilda to Yang is just Cool Master is realizing that Mustache Villain is playing very aggressive and maybe trying to match that aggression with a stop sign in the form of Yang's armor.
Yeah, 100%. Wasn't able to really use the defensive qualities of Hilda either, so may as well just play full offense. Power charge really preemptively. Hey, if you just counter them right after, I guess it works out. Gets a good grip of damage on Teddy. Teddy looking a little bit bleeding. Oh no, but the persona pressure loops it. There's a rocket right there, Chie! Oh man, able to block?
Looking good so far in this team. This swap is already working out very well so far. But as soon as I say that, EX air grab, no, the bomb went off too early.
And that's definitely an ambitious call. And no, not a good air dash. Taker JB extremely slow, but extremely good at catching you if you do anything in the air, because of how deceptively large the range is. And because Yang eats the curry, we are going to get DMCA'd. No semblance activated, and now just down to Chie.
Yeah, that was insane work too. I was thinking, oh, they're like Yang is definitely dead with 2 meter, or with like a 4 meter with the DHC, but didn't even need it with a proper routing with a curry, and Mustache Villain taking it 3-0 over Cool Master.
I was getting really nervous at the end there. In my head, I was like, there's no way Magnetic Wheel kills. MV is better than me. Has looked at the health bars, knows the thresholds perfectly.
Yeah, I saw that curry on the floor. I'm like, oh no, I think I know what's about to happen.
MV definitely has there's always a bonus objective during any matches. Make the opponent eat the curry as much as you can.
Yeah, that's another strength of like Mustache Villain. They, given like a lot of the right circumstances, they're able to put like their opponents into a situation where you have to think about avoiding the curry, or they just land right into it. And on the other side, a lot of routes where they're able to pick up either the healing items or the meter gain items as well. So it's such a well-rounded play, and it's just really just a finely tuned showcase of how proficient they are with tech.
Yep. Yeah, good showing by Mustache Villain. Cool Master, hopefully we'll see more of you, but unfortunately you'll be in the losers bracket for now. And we got more matches coming your way shortly. In fact, I'm going to look at what we got queued up. Looks like we'll be getting the WNF. What's another word for mainstay? I guess mainstay. The mainstay Yotaro going to be going up against PCF. Ray Ramon? I don't know this. Unfortunately, I do not know this player.
They've been showing up to some online brackets recently. Ray Ramone, I believe is. I want to pronounce
a lot of words
like,
in there. It's definitely a small tongue twister for me.
Like I want to pronounce it with like some kind of like Japanese-esque phonetics, but Ray Ramone is probably the best way to pronounce it for me without getting my tongue twisted. But yeah, they have a as far as I know, the comp they've been running so far is this Hilda Elizabeth, and they have shown to put in quite a bit of work with it. I believe a big 8 that they entered maybe a couple weeks ago, they did. I believe they placed top 8, and that was like the first time that we've encountered them in an online bracket.
All right, that'll be cool to see. Always, Liz is definitely a slept-on character in terms of what their potential could be, and then how it shakes out in practice. So we'll be good to see if we get some good Liz footage out here. The comp was Hilda. No strong opinions. Definitely a very controlling comp, and into Yosuro, the classic Yu it'll definitely be a question of can you survive the onslaught, and uh, can you even avoid getting into that situation in the first place?
Yeah, like I feel like with Ray Ramone's team, you can definitely try and keep this team at bay, but there's only so much you could do, especially with how um versatile like Narukami and Adachi's kid is, especially with that AZO as a looming threat in the back, just being able to shut down things that are created opening from full screen. It's gonna be interesting because I feel like it's definitely a match of can you keep them away or can just Yosho hit you once and just put you in the blind.
Yeah, I mean, Hilda definitely's got the tools to stop the Zio shenanigans. And right there, doing a great job recognizing it. Oh, even catching you on the active switch. So this will be really good. It's getting Yosuro's team out of the order they want. And, I mean, well, Yosuro's just going to tag back to get into that order. But as long as you keep the pressure on, you can try to stop the Adachi from getting set up in the first place.
Yeah. I think that's one of like the best ways to, or an ideal way to go about this matchup is by having, you know, just the more oppressive offense, just so that you're not allowed, just so that your opponent can't get it started. And it's working out so far. You're also looking a little lost right now in terms of the, how to navigate right now, and is going to lose their Adachi actually for this.
It definitely got a lot of their options just immediately called out or meted out. Now down to just Yu Narukami, and the awareness of Ray Ramon to instant JC to crush the throw, and the awareness to also drop the frames and drop the combo down to Hilda. And oh my goodness, what's happening here? Not just me, right?
I'm seeing this too.
What is going on?
Like, I usually have like, so you know, on OBS there's like a little bit of a there's a little indicator of like my net speeds, or like I guess my upload speed, and it's showing some pretty stable numbers right now. It says I so it's not on my end at least.
I'm gonna reset the room. What the hell was that?
Certainly, we entered the Persona 3 dimension out there. They were taking turns in the middle of combat. Yeah, let's get a bit of a reset here. But I mean, overall, solid game plan from Ray Ramon, given the conditions, granted. But let's see if that'll carry forward. Hopefully, the connection will carry forward. But yeah, we're getting a look.
Hopefully,
In the meantime, I was nerding out looking at the movement values for these characters, because I remember thinking that Elizabeth is a little bit slower than average, so that might make her you know, suffer a bit in terms of being able to catch up to Yu Adachi. But Hilda, I'm seeing average values for everything, which quite frankly is insane given the kind of character she is. But that's just my that's just my hot take.
yeah, no, it's I definitely believe that Hilda is one of the winners for the 2.0 patch, and honestly, like one of like the winners for just the amount of stuff that they got in general compared to the rest of like the two.
Purely a ported from a French bread game without the French bread context sort of vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Why do you have a die pick? That's a question that will haunt me until my end of days.
Like, I don't mind that she has one. It's more so, why is that safe?
Just play a 5-frame character, then it won't be safe. I think it's like -8.
Oh, it's -8.
In the worst case scenario. Obviously, you can just be better and not throw it out in those scenarios.
Yeah, and I feel like with a lot of the ways, like a lot of ways Hill displays is that they try and mitigate that situation as much as possible. They just know the general angles and situations where I can get punished if I use it like this. So they've done pretty well about avoiding that situation to much to everyone else's detriment.
Yeah, even if tools are, can be not as good as they feel on paper, there's a lot of factors in the game that always come into play. You can aim the dive kick lower, you can do it while they're in the air, and all of those things are what can turn a move that looks bad into a move that's really, 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 really good. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully the connection goes from one that looks bad to one that's really, really good. Ray Ramon has come back in here, and Yosuro, hopefully soon to join.
Yeah, it's yeah, hopefully no more hiccups. But in the meantime, I will do the formalities because we do have a donation! Exclamation point! Maturino, Maturini, Master Chief in the chat. There's a multitude of commands that we'll bring up. The Maturino link where you can donate to the Maturino, where top 3 will get paid out. You can sign into a multitude of ways and click that yellow, orange button depending on what you see, and there's a multitude of ways to contribute as well, and you can contribute as much as you like, whether it be $1 or 10, even more than that. It is all greatly much appreciated. The players will appreciate it, and I will read the first amount. Thank you to our TL Master Chief for the $10 contribution. For the comment, being sick sucks, but being sick at BBTAG still sucks, depending on who you ask. I agree, honestly.
Thank you. I would say being sick at BBTAG always a positive thing. Just my humble opinion. But yes, thank you, Master Chief, time and time again coming through out for the community, even today through sickness.
Yeah, also,
anything to grace our graces.
Yeah, let me okay. The prom night prompt has been removed, and we'll be getting into game 2 after a quick pause between Ray Ramone and Yosu.
Yeah, no one out here should be signing for a tournament in the past. It is about the future. So yes, getting into it, Hilda Point into Adachi Yu. Round start 5A worked out wonders last time, and now both characters backing off. Right now, Yosuro getting an ACU hit, a little bit insignificant, and able to protect the 5B call from the back with the Elizabeth. But DP is going to let Ray Ramon get out, and that is not going to be good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is laying to recovery on that JB, and Yoso is looking a lot more comfortable now. And imagine the connection is a lot better because we're seeing we're seeing more of a comfortable Yoso situation, but a good snipe right there with the JB from Ray Ramone, putting them back in a favorable position.
Absolutely insane up back, in my personal opinion. Able to avoid the whole cross combo. Oh, looked like they were trying to be out of burst, but weren't able to do so in the end. And now Yosuro going to be able to get something started. No, drops the combo. And what would have been a surefire kill on Elizabeth turns into still a surefire kill on Elizabeth.
Looking a lot better now. All of the solo Hilda, which is definitely doable with the clash on the 5A 2B.
That's we're not bursting through that entire sequence, and you know what? It's because the plan was to tech forward and assert your dominance. Oh boy, party time for Yosuro, able to avoid the first part of it. Now doesn't have to deal with the side swap, but going to get chewed up anyway by the AZOs.
Also looking a lot better in this reset of the lobby and maybe someone's net. And the score will be tied up 1-1. And to answer your question, Nepgear, I can't do it midstream, and also this is like, my net's been a little shaky these past like several months, and like, this is like the general like limit of what my net can handle without it like crashing on me at the moment.
Gotta love technology. Alright, but yeah, Yosuro able to turn it around right there, able to get a game. I really liked what Ray was putting out, but unfortunately Elizabeth getting caught out unawares and leading to an early demise really sealed the deal for that one. See if we can keep the game plan going as we head into game 3.
Yeah. You know, it's there, and these matches aren't blowouts either. Like, Ray Ramone is showcasing that they do have some answers and some methods of navigation through so many situations, but unfortunately, not working out there with just
Hello?
deep
Do a
into the
combo!
video.
Oh my goodness. Hello? Sanito's completely whiffing on the center box of Yu Narukami. Now, Elizabeth's going to be put into one more touch away. It might be this one. And now we're going to sacrifice Hilda instead. Going to be putting her into the cross combo situation. And this may be a game if he can't block this. How did that work?
Just let that happen in front of his face?
Wait, does that super got invincibility on startup? How'd that avoid 2A? Oh my goodness.
Oh god, but the second hit of 5P just smacks Hilda in the air. All of just so little bit. This is definitely not a situation you want to be in.
Can't believe Nelatorn has 8 frames of inbuilt on startup. That's insane. But okay, we got Awakening Liz, so at least now the damage potential is extremely high. Assuming we get a hit, that may be one of the hits you need. If I were Ramon, I would route quickly into command grab and go for one more reset to potentially get a kill on Adachi. But really milks it out.
7.5k.
Still needs one more touch. Oh no, and now it's going to be a really tall hill to climb. All right. Bufudine, a good start. Get damage on assist when you can.
They were able to convert off that. And that was a very nice conversion from Yosuro. Being able to, I thought they were just going to set up into a BZO, but they just said, nah, I'm just going to take this game right now, and they're 2-0 or 2-1.
Certainly being able to combo off of the 6B hits is what separates a good Yu Adachi player from a excellent one. Yosuro definitely has been grinding that skill out for quite some time. And now Ray Ramon from a 1-0 lead down 2-1. See if they can have an adjustment. I do want to call out they tried using the Bufudine slash as the projectiles were coming out at them. Only the Persona has projectile invuln, but Liz players will throw that out, thinking that like, nah, man, I'll clear. And every time they get tapped by something, they're just like, man, this character sucks.
Yeah.
But we're switching it up. We're going into Neo Hilda, a team that at this point there's plenty of footage on from various players, and see if this works out for Ray Ramon. Already though, Neo not doing too hot.
Yeah. I definitely think it's giving this team is just putting more of the spotlight on Neo and having Hilda as more assists this time around. But you know, both characters can still operate independently very well of each other. You know, hopefully, just not banking too much on one character to bring out your successes in these matches. Hopefully, should even the tides a little bit more.
Yeah, but I mean, getting a real knockdown, good parry in order on to avoid the 5P. Yep, gets the Hilda 4P up. Going to be getting a knockdown, but a good Zio dying on the part of Yosuro. If we can lock him down, I like the idea, but the execution a little bit too ambitious.
And just keep it simple. Just cash out a super if you can, and it's going to be a dead Narukami with the DHC. All the solo Adachi. Definitely still doable on Yosuro's end. Only level 2 resonance, but Adachi's damage is even with just a 5A star, is surprising.
The Adachi is definitely a extremely annoying resonance character. You know, you would think this character solo not the hottest, but look, man, 5B IAD JV certainly cures all woes. And now Hilda's got to deal with this. Ooh, good tech on the tick throw.
Getting hit by the coconut.
Sleeping.
Yeah, health totals are about even right now. Probably going to get a resonance pop. Ooh. So close. Trying to chase in the air. No, but the way
oh no! And that
Adachi
damage we were talking about coming in right here, going to be able to kill the character, take the W, and move on and in your winner's bracket.
Nice work to Yosro. After a little bit of a shaky start, he was able to do a clean sweep, taking a 3-1 over Ray Ramon.
You're throw doing that Drake meme where you're looking at the your internet connection, like, oh, I was hooked up to the hotspot. Whoops. Now I'll go clean it up.
Yeah. In the wise words of Guzman, had to recharge the Wi-Fi.
There we go. Yeah. Well, Wi-Fi recharged and W secured. We'll be moving on to the next phase of your winners bracket. And it looks like their opponent will be a certain villain of the mustache variety. See if we get them on stream or someone else first, but that is definitely going to be fireworks.
Yeah. I think first we're going to be working on the other side of winners final or winner semis with Sonic-kun versus Detective Crow.
Absolutely. We can't be looking at the same players all day, and 2 new players are going to be coming up here. Not to the wider stream audience, but at least 2 of this bracket, Sonic-kun and Detective Crow.
Yeah. Looking very good so far. Sonic-kun taking it 3-0 over Anima earlier in the bracket, and Detective Crow taking it 3-1 over Boba-chan. This will be an interesting one. Detective Crow has a couple of teams they like to rotate between, but the one they have up on screen right now is a Dogna. But the general name of the game with Detective Crow is just non-stop offense and just full-on aggression.
Certainly, the 2 characters on the screen lend themselves to that sort of playstyle. We'll see if that how that boils down to as we start getting into the game. Crow's other characters, if I'm going to, play some trivias myself, there's a Akatsuki in there, I think.
Yeah.
And then is there a Hazama? Or is that someone else?
Don't think there's a Hazama. If you're thinking of someone who plays Adachi Hazama, you might be thinking of Jerry.
I see. Okay, I was just double checking out there. There's definitely a bit of a trend amongst those sorts of characters and the players associated. But there'll be no Chainman today. It'll be Ragna. And going into the heart, I mean, certainly one of these characters, there's a little bit of debate as to whether Heart could beat, but Ragna in the Heart might be interesting. Okay. Ceremonial 5C round start. Make sure we know that the match is actually starting.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's a little bit of a friendly handshake between the 2 players. Starting off, Gauntlet Hades with the BZO. And yeah, just keeping the pressure up. Nice defense by Sonic-kun, but they're already at half health, but able to put some damage on the board with Adachi right now.
Yeah, great conversion with the S assist preemptively called. And now going to be switching into that character. This character, one who has the options to stop Adachi's air movement. Seems like that will also work out pretty good. But good Atom Smasher in response.
Detective Crow trying to keep the aggression up, but unfortunately got their by B swatted out by S's buttons. Does a Persona Noble can be swatted out and will be, I think because of that extra damage from the Persona break, actually sealed Adachi's fate, unfortunately.
Yep. Yeah, looking at not great for Detective Crow. The cannon matchup is underway, and how many drives can you block? Ooh, the late Gauntlet Hades in order to catch him with the overhead. Unfortunately, not able to pick up into a real combo, not able to force out a burst, and Sonic-kun, all the resources in the world to just kind of play the low and slow.
Thankfully, that burst hit the air DP, but baits a DP of their own and going to get a good chunk of damage on the board for this Heart. Unfortunately, drop right there, but still trying to keep the pressure up as much as they can. Level 4 Resin still available to them and is able to pop it now.
Hello, Sonic-kun. You gotta check your buttons, my guy. 2 DPs in the worst possible situations, and now not only have you lost a character, Ragna is back at full HP.
Can only do so much now. Try to go for a raw butt slice, but didn't work out. I can't believe it!
Sonic-kun, you don't gotta reversal everything, man.
Sonic-kun is playing with fire with a lot of these reversals, and they paid for it with their heart. But for S, it's working out so far. We're playing a little bit of more of a defensive game right now. Light trolls are about even right now, and a good 2B though.
Insane reach with that 2B. Definitely a anti-air that, sometimes Could work out a little bit better, but we got a little bit left. Does not really need the meter anymore, just needs to get one more tap on Ragna. These EX Fireballs are going to prove to be the difference maker, as Ragna just could not get in for the final hit.
Sorry,
Unfortunately, clashes do not count for phone steals.
Understandable.
that's to be successful.
It was definitely an attempted robbery, I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately for Sonic-kun, or unfortunately for Detective Crow, one thing that I like mentioning on comms whenever Sonic-kun is up is just you can't count their S out. You think, like Heart is a problem character, and granted, she is, like, regardless of, or when, especially when under the when piloted by Sonic-kun, but the S is just as proficient, and they've showcased time and time again that they can and will make comebacks with that character.
Honest to goodness, S is a character with good neutral. Like, has a air fireball with enough time to do air actions after. Is not like committed after setting out that air fireball. Has instant overheads. Has ways of putting out, something meaty after an Oki, just with like JC. This character's not bad. Yeah. Certainly not limited. But I don't know. I guess her weaknesses would be when she's actually pressuring you. Sometimes a little bit fake, and definitely not amazing damage when she's just hitting you on the ground.
Yeah. Definitely still, I think, a character to be reckoned with, especially with how she has some really nice stagger pressure and some really interesting angles that her fireballs can hit people at. Not to mention that, like, I think one of the strongest buttons in her kit. I want to call Detective Crow a genius for that really clean evasion.
Do
no,
a combo,
for the last one. Do the combo!
Exclamation mark Podge, come in chat. Those were another hello. Sonic-kun's
not a phone steal.
Gourd is cracked. I mean, I understand. That certainly wouldn't count as one in my. You guys.
These two are swinging for the fences, and just like that, it's in Sonic-kun's stream, and actually that actually just might be curtains.
Sonic-kun's got the game. Most certainly. Hey, we were talking all about how S is still a pretty good character, listing all the reasons why she's good, but every character can be as good as S. As long as you just press the invincible option at the right time, you too can win multiple games, just like Sonic-kun here.
Get ready.
This is a PSA that you should totally press DP more in the right situation.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have watched the Ken wins by doing nothing but DP video, just keep that energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, great break on the Persona just in time. Able to block the 5C, and I think Detective Crow mashed the button after that. That was a counter hit, and because of that, they're going to drop a combo and get themselves knocked in the corner.
I think they might have forgotten that they used a double jump, unfortunately, with that Gauntlet Hades. But Sonic-kun taking full advantage of the situation and bringing Detective Crow to the other corner, and just trying to keep the pressure up now.
The Detective Crow definitely just trying to stay forward-ish, knows that if you hang back, that gives Heart all the room in the world to homing at you at her favorite angle. Alright, sensitive sandwich situation. Good block, and another DP paying off.
Good application of the DP, chasing the backdash, but unfortunately for Detective Crow, they made it out okay. And just defensive 5C?
Certainly, I would hope that was a fat finger. Or one of the biggest brain yomis of all time. Another overhead, another fully charged punish on the burst. Detective Crow at their wit's end, down to just solo Adachi. Alright, good 5E call, going to get a group damage on S. Not going to be able to pick up for the second rep.
Nice confirm on the AZO Super. Thankfully working out Heart in one-touch range. But yeah, Resonance is running out, only about 3 seconds left, trying to keep the pressure on as much as possible, just to get some, just to get as much shit damage as possible. But I don't think S is down for this, but it's definitely one touch for both characters on Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic-kun very hesitant to burst there. Calls the assist like a madman, and now, I mean, Jetro has got the best tool in the game for using it. That JB sniping another assist down to solo S, and see if Sonic-kun can even stabilize here. Certainly has the tools.
Trying to play a bit of a keep away with projectiles, and JA nice confirm with the air projectile. But yeah, it's about one-touch situation for both sides, and the life lead is out in Sonic-kun's favor with the healing from Resonance. But cross
But
up.
unfortunately, both characters might as well be at the same amount of health. Adachi able to turn any hit into big damage.
Nice work by Detective Crow being able to stabilize it. Just it looked pretty scary for them, but they're staying alive here. Not complete out of it yet, and not a complete blowout.
Oof. All right, good stuff from Detective Crow, able to fight back and get a game. I mean, yeah, you saw right there, right? Like, S definitely was able to kind of hold her way in neutral, but just not able to match up to the damage. Like, even when you retook that life lead, you still have to play so carefully because you have to get multiple hits still, or Zadachi off of a clean hit can just end you.
Yeah. Hopefully Detective Crow can keep that same energy to stay on the winner side of this bracket. And it looks like they're able to get a little bit now. Having hard in the corner, pressure's on. Nice defense on the Gauntlet Hades.
Good interrupt on Sonic-kun trying to move forward. Sonic-kun not going to burst, going to say, I need one more look with the heart. Meaty 5C not going to find any purchase. And now Sonic-kun gets a chance to send out the beam at hard tag.
Good DP going for the delayed overhead right there for Detective Crow. But a nice catch and a nice conversion as well by Detective Crow, just trying to keep the pressure up on this S in the corner here.
It lets her out a little bit, but not going to let her go. Command grabs for the mix. Going to get another grip of health back. One more touch once again. Okay,
Good.
not able to get the full routing. Goes for 2 5Cs, and the second one's not going to find any purchase. Unlucky. Detective Crow didn't go for a max punish, probably afraid of Sonic-kun immediately bursting out.
And keep the pressure up in a nice snipe, but unfortunately a little too far maybe to confirm off of it. But yeah, it's still not looking too great for Sonic-kun right now, and loses the S after that the double overhead. Oh,
Yes, but
no.
oh my goodness, one good gift deserves another. Able to do happy birthday. And going to be sending Ragna into a, well, right in front of her face. Not the safest place to residence. And all his advantage may be negated.
Detective Crow not afraid to run it down, but unfortunately gets caught by the JB. I don't think it's going to be just quite enough just yet. And just one more situation. Nice defense is a good push block and just trying to get some health back, but looking good for
Detective Crow
Sonic
definitely
right
in
now.
the driver's seat right now. Sonic-kun has no meter to extend a hard combo if he's able to get a hit. And Detective Crow has all the resources in the world to push block, to get counter hit freely. And now Sonic-kun builds up that bar. Not going to be able to kill still.
Yeah, not quite, but it's definitely a one-touch situation. Good DP from Detective Crow and is going to bring it to a game 5 with that one.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, the TAS oriented gameplay. Anytime you see an active button on you, hit that DP. Show them who's boss.
Yeah.
Take your turn back. You don't have to sit there. You don't have to block.
Get ready.
Hey, you just gotta let it rip sometimes, and you know, like if you want to really play at like at a near robotic AI generated level, you know, being able to react to any aggression with just you know, most of the time DPs beat out a lot of options in the game, especially normal. So yeah, I mean, it could happen. We could get to those levels.
Yeah, Bumba, we don't have to talk about Labras though. If you play Labras, you gotta play more solid. That's all we gotta say. All right, great JB air to air, but even smarter landing response from Sonic-kun, gonna be punishing Detective Crow. And now the heart safe jump, the heart unblockable mix, gonna be getting another knockdown. Gonna be see if we can ban another burst. No, we're gonna bait the DP this time. And now down to just Adachi.
Yeah. Both of them have been going back and forth for quite a bit, but Sonic-kun just finding the proper routing and just able to take down the Ragnar very early on, and Adachi has to deal with a 2v1 comeback with only level 1 resonance right now. This is definitely a very tall mountain to climb.
Yeah, low resonance levels does have a lot of bar on deck. So if we can, if we can just get the happy birthday right here, we'll be cooking. Oh, there's one. We got one hit. Good grip of damage on Heart Ina, but now we have to chase down S, and her neutral tools like these crests, like these JCs, going to make it very difficult for Detective Crow to get in. All right, DP again. Reversal one more time, and the theme of the set carries forward to the end as Sonic-kun moves forward into, I believe, congratulations on winners final, Sonic-kun.
Yep. Sitting pretty in winners finals right now, and honestly in a nail biter of a set, because Sonic-kun was very steadily, looks like they're just slated to take it, but Detective Crow fighting out really hard, but unfortunately just couldn't wrap it up at the end there. And unfortunately, we'll be going down to the loser side, but moving on to the other side of winners semis, we will be having Yosho versus Mustache.
Yeah, this will be, I think, the real test to see how Mustache Villain's Teddy can answer the tools that Adachi and you provide. Because I don't think I've seen that matchup super often, and especially not with Teddy point. Usually, a lot of the players who use Teddy really like using his 5P, like comps like Yuzu Teddy and Blake Teddy from the Japanese player, I believe, Pizza Mayo. So we'll see how Point Teddy handles sort of the long arms of the law that Adachi and you can enforce.
Yeah. Like, I'd imagine there's maybe just a couple ways to approach the team if they want to play defensively, but just also, this team is just so well-rounded that they can just go on the offense or just switch up the defense just on the flick of a switch, per se. And hopefully Mustache Villain is just a little more ready for that with a very unorthodox team.
Yeah. We will see. I mean, Taker has answers into Adachi, into you. It's definitely a bit harder. But as we're waiting for that, all you lovely folks out in the chat, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and also make sure to check out the VODs and check out the bracket, and I believe most importantly, check out the Matcherino Matcherini, and give the players some love as we start rounding out more and more of your top 3 finishers for tonight. As this is happening, I'm going to take 1 second to refill my tea.
Okay. Apologies, I had to step out for a second. Long story short, I bought some tires from Costco, and they can't put it on my car because my car has a lowered suspension.
All right, back just in time. Are they doing button check? Is this real?
Should be real. I hope they have their buttons locked in on their home console.
That's true. I hope Yosro made sure to keep the internet on the Ethernet option, and we're gonna get right into it already. Teddy 5P going to stop the plan from getting started. Yosro has to switch really early, and if Mustache Villain can run the Rube Gold Rube machine effectively, this might be close to over. Not able to bait out the DP though.
And clip by that 5A, unfortunate time to burst. Yosro ready for it. And now it's time for the aggression. Yeah, just that I feel like that's one of the main counters. Just, oh, do you see Tager right in your face just doing sledge? Just tap his ankles.
Speaking of answers, just DHC and kill the Yu Narukami. That's also one that works out really well. A very bad situation for Mustache Villain turning into a great one. And just like that, they may be running over this game. Adachi into certainly a tall mountain climb, and don't even have the high resonance play normally would expect from this composition.
I think that's it.
There's the Curry. He's dead.
Curry's on screen?
Put him in there. Oh my god, even going to do this? Wait, no, he's going to be alive because he had to end with the grab. No, Mustache. Oh, Fuzzy J,
okay.
not the blind purchase.
I don't know if it's okay
GG.
anymore, I don't think Taker's dead from this, but it's definitely just a one-such situation of unfortunate timings.
Mustache, no, why'd you end with that? End with JC? He falls into the curry first.
Oh, trying to go for the TRM, but unfortunately not working out. It's just a conversion from Mustache Villain.
Showing off the cool conversions. And able to take the game. Oh my goodness. Dude, I got so nervous when he did 2A, 5A. I'm like, wait, it's gonna drop. Mustache, just do the easy combo. He knows better than me. He knows the real combos. I'm a fraud.
An unfortunate light of unfortunate light of that situation. Thankfully, the Mustache Villain, they were just able to just keep it very clean and stay just keep calm in that chaos of that first match.
Yeah. So I will say, during the one sequence, right, when Taker was sledging the BZO, and Yosuro, you know, obviously countered it with the 2A, you'd rather take that than let the mystery mix of high-low kind of engulf you, because it's certainly a really hard situation that Yosuro needs to be ready for, the hard counter. And you saw right there, right? They dropped at the very end, and that's what led to the turnaround B.
It's a little bit of like those funny, like, or those interesting macros in BB Tag where there are some times where it's better to like take a. If you feel like you're in an unfavorable situation where you know you're most likely going to take damage, sometimes it's better to just take the starter where it's going to stay competitively less. So,
speaking of starters, somehow that worked out for MV. Taker being big enough to make the combo get disrupted, but I think right now he's totally gone. Gonna be down to solo Teddy.
Yeah, definitely more of a Yosuro-centric game this time, but it's definitely still doable with solo Teddy. Only level 4 reses, but you know, never mind.
You know, we're gassing him up, but I think he's an electric car, and there's nothing to be said.
And you know, with how these games are going, I definitely feel like it's becoming a situation of who can get their game, like who can get the ball rolling first.
Yeah, you got on one hand Mustache Villain. He's building out this like master super villain sort of set of scenarios and hijinks which will ultimately end in your demise. And you also know he's just Superman. He's just gonna punch you. He's gonna keep on punching you, and eventually you'll crumble. Is what I'm seeing out here.
Yeah.
One of these is building a very elaborate Victorian mansion, and the other guy, he just got a big old apartment complex, rooms upon rooms upon rooms. That's the number of hits BZU puts on you.
Yeah. Hopefully, you know, 1-1, first to 2 at this point, and you know, still a lot of adjustments to be made if they are able to do so. And we're already starting off with quite a bit of scrambles here.
Yeah, I mean, certainly Teddy and Adachi not known for their anti-air prowess. Oh man, I love hearing the crack of that bat. Going to be getting a clean hit on Adachi, and now here comes the Rube Goldberg machine. Where are we going? Oh, what a call out! Gonna have to bait out a burst, hopefully soon. No one wasn't ready to block right there. And now Narakami gets a chance to play. All right.
Straight for the grab, and oh no, the barrel just a little too far for it to fully connect. But Mustache
barrel actually ruined the knockdown a little bit. All right, just DP out, good stuff. All right, uses the EX grab to put Yosuro into range, crosses him up with the Teddy 5P, and now is going to be able to get the hit confirm and bring it down to a 2v1.
Solo Dachi only level 2 reses, but already in an unfortunate situation. Command grab, still DP still connects, but not going to matter too much as Mustache Villain should be able to just close this out. They're up 2-1 now.
Yeah, keep it simple. That was almost super unfortunate. Mustache Villain, you know, baiting out the DP, but because of the extra air stall on that command grab, got anti-aired anyways. Definitely a you were right, but oh so wrong sort of situation.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not looking too great for them right now, but you know, I feel like that's just kind of a tug of war in the back and forth of this set, because both players can definitely just get the ball rolling. It's just a matter of who's able to get themselves warmed up first.
I hope this goes to game 5. I don't want this game of Marvel run to end. All right, clean jump in for Musash Villain. Going to be going for. I noticed he did a small air dash on that route, probably to keep the corner. Oh, and the missile able to tap him does really. I didn't know how shockingly little damage that did, and because of that, oh, clean look from Yosuro, and now Teddy's got to block all of this.
A little too far for that push block 5B to connect, but bringing in a very healthy Tager, trying to navigate the situation, but a nice error from Yosuro, but unfortunately, JC not connecting.
What a fortunate clip with the back hitbox of 2A, forcing Yosuro to block. Now Yosuro getting happy birthday out here. What route do you have? Side switch? Oh no, didn't have the rare instances of Musash Villain not having something in stock to punish, and now down to just you Narukami.
Looking good, and it was definitely looking like a dire situation for Mustache Villain, but now they're Tager, showcasing that they're not afraid to just buckle down and fight.
Yeah, and luckily for Musash Villain, has a Teddy 5P. Excellent for controlling that neutral. And now King Kokidochi belly flopping into you and leaving him with naught but energy drink and a pipe bomb to his name. Going to be sending him down to losers and moving over to winners finals.
Nice work by Mustache Villain, just showcasing, you know, not only do they have like the conversions with their team and showcase, you know, how well they fleshed out this very unique team of theirs, they also have fleshed out some of the more nuanced and some of the I'd say matchups you'll see kind of often in the landscape of BBTAG.
They got the news for sure. So yeah, that'll be an exciting winners set to eventually get to Mustache Villain and Sonic. But we got the rest of your top 8 coming to you soon. I think we're just missing one match for having that top 8 getting completed. So we'll be getting the other side, which will be Bumba Chunga and Anima. Double Labrases in your BB tag in 2025. Say it is so. It'll be a good one to see.
Yeah, it looks like we'll be, unfortunately, the Labrases will have to see who moves on and see who, well, I can't say go home, but stays home, but just has to, they're not in the tournament anymore.
Look at this! Look at the silver medal for best Labras at Wednesday Night Fight 2025. I mean, what is exciting to me though, this means there'll be 2 Labrases in the top 8 graphic. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'd imagine RSN wherever, if he's not watching right now, I'm sure he's smiling ear to ear about Labrases, but probably also sad because the Labrases are fighting each other.
Alright, we'll be getting right into it. Starting off with the Robot Sisters on point as this Bumba Chunga special. And right now, Bumba saying, yo, I'm not worried about your neutral at all. Instant air dash right in, instant DP off the rip. We're going to try to end this Aegis's life.
Oh
I'm
no!
shocked.
Imagine being right but so wrong at the same time. But
I've never seen that 2B whiff like that. How unfortunate for Bumba. But luckily, Jin Kisaragi's out here to stabilize, out here to get clipped by a Persona button. And now Anima back in the driver's seat.
Bumba Chunga looking good so far, having the life lead and just trying to make something happen here. They don't really have much of a need to play super aggressive with the life lead, but they want to close this thing out. Both characters are in the red for Anima right now, and but Anima's able to get a clean opening. And good navigation as well from Bumba Chunga, but wasn't able to confirm off it entirely.
Yeah, good burst just before they would get locked out from the EX Megadio. See if Bumba is able to finish him off. Another sniped assist, and now down to just Slabris. Oh, and now Bumba not going to be able to finish the combo, not going to be able to get the cross raid. But Labris TP will be unfortunately whiffing and giving Bumba that game.
I just want to say so. I'm so sorry to all the Labrys players for just I don't know what like the collective Labrys players did in their past life, whether it was P4AU or even before that, but y'all didn't deserve this garbage of a DP.
It's always
really
been like
funny,
that.
though.
It is funny. It is hilarious.
It is
But, like-
hilarious jump canceling to avoid that, by the way.
Yes. Armor. Go. I remember the Gold Gauntlet Hades clip.
All right, we're going back with the Labrys mirror. Anima saying, "You know what? I gotta show that I am the better sister piloter." And now, I mean, we'll see what's going on. Already has the life lead, but Bumba Chunga able to get a clean hit, able to start dragging them to the corner, build up that axe meter. Oh, hello.
Keeping the pressure up, and yeah, not the worst idea to bring in the healthier character here, but a good DP to stuff out that Koga attempt. This is a little too far, but Bumba tech down and trying to press a button, unfortunately, and Jin just came in and is already a hurting unit, and is they're just dead now.
I'm truly mashing buttons strongest warrior right now. Unfortunately, not working out this game. Oh, no. Oh yeah, grabs him between the potatoes. Unfortunately, another instance of an assist, ruining your frame advantage. And now Bumba's going to get a clean hit, going to get a knockdown. Not going to be able to pop resonance yet still, and gets 4P'd for their troubles. There she goes.
That was an easy win.
Yeah, nice back and forth, and I understand the aggression on Bumba Chunga's end sometimes, but it's also sometimes the opponent is just ready for it and they put up the wall and. But looks like neither of them are phased. Anima and Bumba content to run the Labrys mirrors at least at the very start, and we're looks like we're having a good time here for both of them.
I mean, look, man, you don't get to play this matchup super often. This is definitely on the list of mirrors. One of the funniest ones. Okay, clashing 4Ps. Anima comes out the better for it. Now Jin gets a chance to play. All right.
Anima is slowly trying to find their way in, but Bumba Chunga have some excellent navigation to get some damage on the board, and trying to make something happen here. Fortunately, still unsuccessful, but not a huge amount of damage on the Jin, and Anima just trying to keep Bumba in the corner now.
One thing I noticed that Anima's been doing a lot of the machine gun active switch. And I know bullets don't scale, but that move just never does enough damage for me to really feel like it's quite worth it.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's like more of like a safe way to get Labrys in, where at certain distances where Megiddo is probably too far away for an active switch to be successful to keep pressure going.
I feel like she's just out for so long, and the bullets are so easily avoidable. Like, I'd almost be more inclined to throw out the potato at that point.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, this is the overall navigation right now, and unfortunately, a clean counter hit on the Labrys will be sealing her fate on Anima's side.
Yeah.
All up to solo Aegis once again, but as we see in the last match that we saw Anima, this is definitely still doable, but not like that.
No, going to be able to get the good hit, going to be canceling quickly into Ice Arrow Super Bumba, keeping it as simple as possible, and going to be going up 2-1.
Looking very solid so far, and it's, as we're seeing with these matches with how aggressive they're playing, it's definitely just a tug of war between the two players. And
They are speed running except to get back into the next game. I've never seen matches where go next this fast.
At this point, with the way they're fighting and how much damage both of these Labrys can do in Red Axe, they're definitely playing with boxing gloves with the padded.
For sure. Fisticuffs all around. Good 5B catch on the IAD in, but Bumba able to navigate right around. Unable to catch the Aegis with the anti-air. Now Jin, how are you going to get in? How are you going to get something started? Alright, tech forward, that's how.
Bring in the Labrys for a little bit. Jin does have like a little bit of red health that can't be recovered, but unfortunately getting opened up by that Aegis JA. Labrys, where are you going?
Yeah, a good situation getting really, really bad now. Has very low axe level. Oh my god, but Labrys DP, not like this.
Not looking too good for Anima right now. Sandwich situation successful.
One more touch.
Brutal impact. Woo! Yeah, just a little too far because Labrys got sent to the skies. Unfortunately, because of that, couldn't go back in DHC in time. But Anima, well, both characters in the red, but Anima looking slightly more worse for wear.
Yeah, it's really rough on the side of Bamachunga. Jin, outside of Resonance, neither of his supers are really good at lasting long enough to get a DHC.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that
Hello?
we're connected.
Just 5 AM, just 5 AM. It'll work! Oh my god, the awareness to bait out a DP there. Bamachunga with the excellent read and going to be showing their excellent gameplay in the next round of losers as they move on.
So somebody check Bamachunga's water. They hit the brakes on their offense.
Are we sure Bamachunga is still sitting behind the monitor?
Yes, but but nonetheless, that was some excellent work by Bamachunga, and you know both characters or both players have been showcased to just have like relentless offense, and Bamachunga use that to their advantage. You know, they just been running down the entire set, and they just hit the brakes at the perfect time to close it out. So excellent work to them.
Certainly, tech forward good until you stop holding forward is a very, very viable strategy. And yeah, good stuff to them. We're seeing them in the next round. And speaking of next rounds, we'll be getting the next round of our top 8 of losers on to the screen. It'll be Lucky Negi and Ray Ramon going to be coming to you live.
This will be an interesting one. Let's see what Lucky brings to the table this time. Was able to take it over Serene Smile 3-2 earlier in losers.
Yeah, definitely. I would call that an upset, depending on how Serene was feeling that day. So, very impressive work by them. We'll see if they're able to carry that into this round. Ray Ramon, definitely been showing some good stuff, but unfortunately, the Wi-Fi got better for Yosuro during their winter side match. See if that plays in part here. Going to be moving back to Elizabeth. Certainly the character that they were really grinding out and showing some good stuff with last time.
Yeah. And Lucky Naegi also on a team that they're more familiar with as well. So hopefully this is a
I'll make this nice and slow for you.
well, I imagine this matchup will be a little more comfortable in terms of piloting on both sides.
Mm-hmm. All right, getting into it. Hilda point one more time. Run up 5A one more time. See if we can start getting something going. Yeah, here comes the lightning. Here comes the overheads. And another snipe. And now, Sandwich in your future. We're not going to pop it. We're going to let him tech out. And now Lucky Negi with a chance to enforce their own offense.
Lucky trying to slowly fed their way in. But Ray Ramone just stepping back as much as possible. Trying to go for a nice beat Tatsu, but a good push block into a punish. But Itachi will be taking the brunt of the damage instead this time.
Yeah, Akatsuki, you know, we were talking earlier about characters who had pretty good neutral. Akatsuki could be a little bit better. And I mean, you know, cross slash in order to get out. Good call from Lucky Negi. Now you're stuck back at full screen. Was nary of a way to get in.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, Akatsuki doesn't have like the shortest ones in the game, but I'd say stubby and compared to especially some of Elizabeth and Helu buttons. But I think the great equalizer that Akatsuki's going to have in terms of just being able to get in on both of them is just the parry.
Yeah, parry's nice, especially if we're going into those Elizabeth sequences, which are pretty predictable. I don't know if that's going to come up here, though. Adachi down right now. Negi's have to parry a lot if he wants a chance to make it into the next game. All right, that's one parry.
Oh, no stagger pressure, unfortunately. I don't think Hilda's going to die for this. Just kidding.
No,
she's going
she's
to die
so
for this.
gone. I can't believe I feel like Ray Ramon could have DP'd in the Super Flash, but well, that's neither here or there. We're down to just Elizabeth. Full health sync, luckily for Ray Ramon. We're gonna lose all that health just to get more meter, and yeah, there we go. DP on the Super that time. Going to be able to get out. Not going to be able to DP the command grab, and now one more touch for Niggy.
Yeah, it's that I understand wanting the awakening with Elizabeth, but at the same time, you're putting yourself in a situation where it's like life totals are just even now. It's a one touch for both sides. Oh no! Okay, just faster.
The fireball
hands
was
in
inches
the
away.
west. Just a
The
little
Liz player was
quicker on the
inches
draw.
away of being reminded once again the cruel realities of this, and they've been bailed out.
Yeah, that was terrifying to say the least. But Ray Ramone staying alive, showing that they have the faster hands on in the West over here for the night.
Looking like a bank in 2008 was that bailout. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. And hopefully Lucky isn't too phased by that, but you know, it was a very solid showing for them, so I don't imagine they are.
You know, I mean, it's a good comeback, especially with Jasikoski into the shell. So you can build off that. See if, I mean, I would like to see Adachi get a bit more involved, and that was certainly a way to do it. Oh, good parry, but no, caught in the back by the spike, and now Elizabeth in the corner, going to be setting up hopefully lots of plus frames.
Lucky Zakowski looking a little worse for wear. This is not going to be a kill despite yet, but yeah, I'd imagine that Akatsuki's just going to be out of it for just quite a bit. And just kidding. Oh wait, no, I'm right again.
Well,
Elizabeth DP sucks.
no, Elizabeth's DP definitely top like 0 in my opinion. Top 0, bottom 0. Certainly. Did you know that it doesn't even hit full screen? It only hits a little bit in front of her.
That sucks.
I know, right? If you do like an instant over rising overhead, you won't catch crap. All right, Lucky Nagi, you gotta chill with these supers. I know it's working, but feels like it shouldn't be.
I mean, if it's working, I don't see a reason why they shouldn't stop. You know, Ray Ramone has to showcase that. Yeah, I'm willing to hit the brakes a little bit, but losing the Akatsuki for this and chip damage is a thing on the board, and Ray Ramone I feel like is getting a little more favorable trades right now. Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good catch with the falling J. Gonna be picking this up into a full combo. Not gonna be able to kill. We'll see what kind of dirty Oki you got on set up here. No, does it go for it? No way. Yeah.
Good call out on the command grab super. I'd say probably about a one-touch situation. Don't be put in a situation where you have to block the Elizabeth 5B mix.
Why?
Blocks a low, doesn't go for another 5B again, and Ray Ramone 2 games up.
Look, Lucky Nagi, you got a Dachi JB. Liz can't do anything about it. You should jump. I give you permission. You don't have to play solid. Let's go.
Just gotta, you know, I feel like backing is just one of the strongest tools available for a lot of characters. Unfortunately, just did not make use of that.
Forget up backing. We got to up forward, man.
Yeah.
What's Liz gonna do? He's gonna whip Ice Slash, then you can do whatever you want.
Keep the offense up. Unfortunately, they're playing. I feel like they're playing a little bit shaky. They're a little bit scared just because of the one-touch situations that are in, and unfortunately sealed their fate for being a bit too hesitant.
I mean, certainly Liz 5B, that string definitely is a little bit scary to try to move too recklessly. So I understand what was going through Nagi's mind, but I mean, in these situations, you got to take all the advantage you can. Yeah, get the super side switch loop's gonna now finally take Hilda into the corner. But we're not gonna pick up anything after that. Get a punish.
Nice punish, and also a nice pickup on the Elizabeth as well. And yeah, just slowly bring it to the corner unless you drop it.
DP? No! Tried to go for the 5B for the big reward, and unfortunately gets caught in the tornado. Gonna have to burst, and I mean, this is just playing into Ray Ramone's hands right now. All the bar in the world. Gonna set up something silly with the Hamon. And baits out the DP. Okay, you gotta.
I can't believe it! No, you gotta.
You know how Sunny Kun and Detective Crow were like winning games with their DPs in all the clutch situations? This is the exact opposite of that.
Yeah. Oh, and just masking the animation for the 5B with the BZO and Lucky Naegi staying alive.
Recovering one sprite with another sprite, very strong strategy for sure. All right. Lucky Naegi, signs of life. Going to see if that can prove to be the difference maker. The one game for the momentum. But Ray Ramone, I mean, they've been in the driver's seat so far, and it took a few drops, took a few scuffed Oki situations to give Lucky Naegi the chances they needed. See if we can clean that up.
Yeah. And hopefully Ray Ramone is it like I know Hilda's been doing a solid amount of work this set, but I feel like Elizabeth has a bit, you know, with the I feel like lack of play base has been a bit of the problem here. But
Definitely one of these characters is played a little bit more. You guys gotta stop! I'm begging you! These supers aren't even working!
well, you have to condition people into wanting to just do a raw super in their face.
Oh my god.
You really expect them to fall for it the first time when you haven't even established the first layer of the cake?
Yes.
Okay, but you're different.
Alright.
Shut up.
Elizabeth's an Awakening. Elizabeth's an Awakening getting a clean hit. Alright, this is gonna be maybe what Ray Ramone needs. Alright, lets the Meritech out, catches him low. Going to get the burst punish. Unfortunately, not gonna be too much damage, but we'll see if we can turn this into something great. Oh, resets with the overhead. How devious.
Yeah, Ray Ramone looking a lot better right now, but try to call the super, but no, it's punishable like promised.
They had the DHC, they were afraid, but I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't think you can make command grab. So maybe a good call on the part of Ray Ramone. Certainly might be leading to the death of this character after one more mix-up. Alright, good block.
Oh, and a good snipe, and yeah, just able to convert all the Solar Kasi. This character was putting in work earlier. Hopefully they can make another miracle for Lucky Naegi, and this might be the start. Counter hit, so it's a nice 6.9k, nice. Okay, nice application, don't let it finish.
There's no button on 2B! Just press 5B! Alright. Well, the scrambles are over. We're exiting the IHOP. And now, from the chaos, Ray Ramone moving forward into the next phase of losers. Oh my goodness.
Nice work to them. We'll be moving on to fight Detective Crow next. Congratulations, you are fighting another Akatsuki, most probably.
Well, this is certainly a reversal from the. This is certainly a more preferable reward than the, the classic. Your reward is fighting 9 the Phantom. So, I mean, they'll get a little bit of a breather, I think, before we go on to the next match. Before they come back on again, looks like we're going to be getting Yosero and Bubba here first, and see how that works out. Definitely, I think, have seen these two fight a few times. I think Yosero has come out on top relatively consistently, but Bumba definitely has the chops to make it happen. It's all a matter of, can you survive getting tapped by the onslaught? Because it will happen at some point in the match. As long as that doesn't turn to momentum for interactions in the future, that may be all you need.
Yeah, and I feel like the name, I feel like it's another scenario of just who's able to get their offense started. And I feel like with Bumba Chunga's playstyle in an ideal situation for them, they could definitely just keep the offensive momentum up to where Yosro doesn't really have a good or even safe opportunity for them to set up these.
Yeah, certainly this is where options like Labrys's JB come into play. And as long as you can stop the optimal order from getting started, things may be looking good. This is one of those. Yep's going to get a good grip of damage on Yu Narukami. And every bit of damage you get on this character is worth its weight in gold. This character definitely clears in terms of neutral, in terms of capabilities. Going for the slow fireball, you kind of see just the amount of respect and cycles of options these two players have gone through over the years.
The navigation so far, and Bubba Chugga keeping the offense up, and yeah, not really giving Yosro a turn or a feeling of safety to where they can set up a BZO situation.
Yeah,
it's working out so far. Oh my god!
Another no! Hello! Oh my! What a pickup!
Working out so far. Yeah, just catch out a super have presence as well. Just kill this character, and we'll do that. Red Axe giving you a nice 10k.
Yeah, making sure just to use the Resonance version just in case, and now Yosro's got to make it work with just a Dashi. Certainly a character who can do it, but with how Bumba has been placing these air buttons, these anti-airs, it will be a tough mountain to climb. And once you get past his Resonance, you can burst a lot of sequences and just start whittling down Yosro's health. Oh.
Fortunately, that mistimed DP will be getting a good amount of damage on the Jin. Probably with the proper routing in the starter is a one such situation left for them. Tried to go for a throw, but unfortunately not working out.
Alright, keep riding buff. Really starting to get good damage on Labrys. Bumba from a commanding lead. Now, really have to work through it. Oh, lucky Yosro did not have the meter for Admiral Smasher. And now just mash 2A. Gonna be stuck with Labrys into Adachi. The one saving grace.
What's that situation? Maybe not on the throw, but it's all looking good for Bubba Chugga right now.
Yeah, very luckily, there's not enough meter on the side of Yosro to easily secure the kill, and there's enough on Bumba Chunga's side, able to withstand the onslaught and take the first game.
Nice stability by Bumba Chunga at the tail end there, just to close out the game, and they'll be getting the first game on the board and drawing first blood.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about how Yu Narukami was the problem character. Right there, man, Resident Sadachi was almost brought it all the way back. These characters are the most problem characters, but certainly when they are forced to play by themselves, the players just go like, all right, we're going for it. And they can turn it into a whole different beast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully,
ooh,
Yosro applying some of their own offense, but not looking too good right now for Bumba Chunga. Yosro starting to get some momentum in their favor, and I'd imagine this is going to be a good opportunity to try and set things up, but Bumba Chunga escapes the corner.
Yep, good call out on the push block to be able to get a solid knockdown on Yosro. Has those players have really loaded on meter, and they're going to unfortunately trade not in Bumba Chunga's favor. Going to spend it all and put Jin at death's door. See if you call out the hard tag. No! Goes for the ice wave, but not enough invulnerability.
Oh, another of the many examples on my Labrys GP sucks. Yes, for a game, ankles go unchecked, and Yosro tying up the score.
Dang, yeah, even those situations where it ended up, Yosro won the interaction, but Bumba had something lurking underneath in order to, take a little bit more of a turn. It just they just weren't able to get the clean hits they needed. So the Yosro train got started there and certainly proved to be the signing factor.
Yeah. And I think they both showcased of their general win con situation where Bumba just keeps up the general aggression, while Yosro just needs like one or two solid hits just to get the momentum going, the vortex going to close out the game. And yeah, they're both fighting for that position right now, but I think Yosro's getting the favorable position in this opening.
Absolutely. Yep. Goes for the safe BZOK, drags him all the way to the corner. Gets a good chunk of meter as well. Labrys might just die. And yeah, Bumachunga sensing that burst out immediately. But I mean, for what price? Jin is going to be at half health.
I understand why Bumachunga may wanted to burst right there because I don't know. For me personally, I'm a firm believer in like even if your characters are pretty low on health, I still believe that playing with both of your characters still alive is much better than just having a solo character in most situations.
Yeah, but but Bumachunga is not going to be in that situation right now. Down to solo Jin, only one bar to their name. And sure, Yosro doesn't have any bar, but it's a long road to getting a toga, and that road is not going to be available. Down 2-1.
Hopefully Bumachunga isn't super phased right now and is able to just ride some of that momentum that they were able to get in the first game that they took, but we shall see.
Get ready. Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight. Let's clean this up.
Aggressive BP from the side of Yosro, and I mean, this is looking like that Bumachunga game. Not gonna have to worry about a burst here, and unfortunately, not gonna have to worry about completing the combo as they drop it. And now, another clean hit, going to be turning into a good situation. See if we can get Labrys to maybe get one of these characters out of here.
Bumachunga with the offense right now. Just using this good opportunity, you know, Adachi in the back has to heal quite a bit of health. Just you know, they are risk of getting clipped at any moment. But unfortunately, a good place 2A from Yoso is going to put the momentum back in their favor. And Labrys isn't looking too great right now.
Ooh, frame trap was the 5BB, and now how are you going to get out? How are you going to get Jin in here? Good push block into hard tag. Yoso's been very good on these anti-airs after that first game. Consistent with both you and Adachi.
Looking good, but yeah, Yoso has showcased that they're ready for that. They just they push block at the right time in the first hit of the ice car, and unfortunately, Yosro will be sealing Bumachunga's fate with that.
Not unfortunate Yosro moved on, but unfortunate that it turned into that kind of situation off of the one push block. So good stuff to Yosro moving on. Good stuff to Mamba. The adaptations were just a little bit too strong today. And with that, we have your top 4 set. Oh, not top 4. We have your top 5 set because we still need Jetro and Ray Ramone to be played on the other side of losers. So we are waiting for those two to come up as we speak.
Yep. Unfortunate tidings, but excellent showing to Bumachunga. Is in will be on the graphic tonight for top 8. We'll have to unfortunately bow out here. See here, and again, SH Point Matrino Master Chief, and we do have a new donation. Shouts to Darkslayer with the comment: "Seems with no codes, I must still deposit into this. Keep it up, lads. Love all the hard work you guys do. Thank you, Darkslayer. I will see you Saturday."
Yes, thanks to the production staff as well as the players. Still deigning to come out to every Wednesday from the lovely times of, you know, these fights have actually been happening on Wednesday nights, unlike perhaps in other instances. So thank you all for tuning in, for showing up, for playing the games, and keeping this wonderful game in the spotlight.
Yep. And with that, Ray Ramone has joined the lobby. Should be getting right into it very soon.
All right, yeah, yet another Akatsuki into the fold. Ray Ramone's been showing some good stuff with this shell. Just a little bit of a, prone to be in Scramble City. We'll see if we can tighten that up and if we can control the pace, dictate what Deborah Crow wants to do, and maybe take that to victory. Unfortunately, you cannot stop a man with a parry from up forward parrying. Now we gotta... Oh my goodness. Just all the right answers at all the right times.
Yeah, just the Tiger Crow is not stopping, and interestingly enough, this was also the team that I can't believe it.
Brother, all right. Persona counters, privileged, but not privileged enough. Oh my goodness, how is she staying alive? Able to end here. Extremely clutch on the side of Ray Ramone, and now forcing on a burst, but no real good time to call assist. Extremely risky, I think, if you are Ray Ramone to call Elizabeth right now.
Yeah, Ray Ramone fighting back hard. Both characters are, I believe, in one-touch range at this point. They're just trying to make something happen, and just Detective Crow holding forward, but unfortunately gets clipped by the 5B, and we'll be losing their dodgy for this. But if anything on how they're set with it, as Kotsky went, this is a problem character for Ray Ramone right now.
Yeah, I mean, very good stuff. Waiting till the very last second to call that super, and now it's just Elizabeth. No Hilda 4P available to back him up. Oh my god, they're shimmying each other. All right, take your frames. Yeah, keep it plus. I approve. Okay.
If you try to press a button there, will the icicles connect? Yes, it will.
He's so dead. Great use of the mind charge to walk up and after the hit. That's what I'm talking about. That's a Liz play I want to see.
Yeah. Excellent work to Aramoni from just taking that back, because Detective Crow was not letting up on the offense one bit in those opening moments, but was just able to just weather the storm and take the first game on the board.
Yeah, I really appreciate the just the quick kick confirm, stopping the burst, stopping the momentum from Ramone. All right, round start DP, answer disrespect with disrespect. I like the idea.
Detective Crow just trying to keep the offense up, making the JC whiff, and yeah, just trying to take the Hilda to the other corner, but unfortunately,
not a real combo.
That doesn't work.
All right, mid-screen Elizabeth missed. What will she do? This is not gonna result in anything. You're gonna keep them same side. All right, no mix-up. Boy, all those numbers looking like a bingo card out here.
Not looking too well, but nice mobility. But unfortunately, yeah, she can still let the rest of the 5B string rock. Looking good so far.
Akatsuki.
Nice defense.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, where's the side switch? No, does not get the JB, or does not get the 5B. Now Elizabeth has to contest with Adachi. No mix available. All right, 4P to extend the combo. Immediate super. I don't think there's going to be enough damage on this to kill.
No, not quite. I think Adachi, yeah, is going to have enough health for that. But keeping the pressure up. Stagger pressure working out pretty well. You got to get him in. Oh, you got super lucky there, sir.
Yeah, that 2A definitely not what you want just in that moment, but going to luckily work out for Ray Ramone. Elizabeth now gets the chance to run incoming on Adachi. 4P in back from Hilda. We're not going to call it. Instead, we're just going to keep on getting dumped and losing character. Oh my goodness. Ray Ramone not used Hilda 4P once, which, I mean, I understand why. Elizabeth isn't exactly super mobile. But you can really see that limitation resulting in this sort of snowball happening.
And
I don't know.
An excellent chase down by Detective Crow, and that's just the name of the game with their playstyle. Just that non-stop aggression. Just was able to take it within the 15 seconds that they had for Residence.
Other than Adachi, that the extra bar he builds is just so ever present, so painful to see that number climb.
Yeah.
Especially when you spend the first 2 minutes of the game slowly whittling it down. Oh man, clean jump in. We're gonna reset with 5C anyways. Gonna spend the bar. This character's been a problem for Detective Crow.
And I think, yeah, just combo or go into the auto combo and get the extra damage on the board, and that'll be the end of it. Detective Crow just on a tear right now.
We gotta wrap this game up. I don't think Hilda's making this back.
Oh,
yeah, goes to the plus frame gimmicks.
no.
He's so gone. Bro, put the breadstick on the board.
Detective Crow! What are you doing?
I don't care, man. Put the breadstick on the board.
Okay.
He's cooked.
And yeah, just Ray Ramone, not used to this flavor of Dachi Akatsuki with how like comparatively aggressive Detective Crow is playing.
We were doing real well for the first bit. Just, I mean, that last game was definitely a single out the Elizabeth, push. All right, now it's just Hilda, and we've seen. I'm pretty sure that Detective Crow has full confidence in running over the Hilda if needed.
And they've showcased as such, so hopefully they're able to make something happen here to stay alive. And this is.
All right, tries to be out of burst. Definitely scheming to get rid of the Elizabeth when you can. Okay, another cross raid. Probably just, really big fan of getting rid of a character. Uh-oh. Thanatos, where are you going? I need you over here.
Good navigation by Detective Crow, but unfortunately, yeah, just Ray Ramone getting the nice read on the offensive plays that Detective Crow's trying to do right now. And trying to keep the Akatsuki at bay as best as they can.
What a scoop after the 2B. Managed to regulate the height just perfectly in order to get it. And now, yeah, force out the burst on the other character. Alright, set up the Hamon. Oh, going to actually heal up a bunch of health. Honestly, could have been a better use of 2 bars. And I think we might be seeing that come into fruition here. Oh no, goodbye Hilda. There's a lot of damage.
Not quite enough just yet, but it's putting her in a tricky situation, yeah! Just nice application of the beat taught you to read the push block, and it's all just solo Elizabeth now.
Yeah, fortunately is going to be able to be in Awakening, but yes, even more fortunate, going to invul or going to be able to push through the buttons Detective Crow's trying to put out. Alright, going to actually get all of the damage you can healed up. I guess we're just going to play it out like this. All the health you had is just gone back into the drain for later. I don't know if I agree with that mind charge.
Yeah, it's definitely, they had a good amount of health to play with, but unfortunately, that sealed their fate. And Detective Crow taking it 3-1 over Ray Ramone.
She definitely, a GameStop trade there, Japanese foreign exchange rate. Like, I don't know if you want to I don't know if you want to give up 60% of your health for 3 bars in that situation.
Yeah, it's definitely a feast or famine play because just how much stronger Elizabeth's specials get with enhanced state, but it's just
She was already enhanced though. He earned the mind charge, or he wasn't awakening.
Yeah, like yeah, at that point, I don't think it's the best idea to just sacrifice that much of your health just to apply pressure.
Yeah. Oh well. Good showing nonetheless from Ray Ramone. Unfortunately, they'll not be moving on. And it looks like your top 4 is rounded out here. Sonny-kun, Mustachio, and winners. We'll be seeing them very soon. And then loser semis, Detective Crow and Yosuro waiting in the wings. So yeah, hope everyone is enjoying your BB tag action for today. Definitely a good smattering, good smorgasbord of characters. But we're getting closer to the end at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there's still time for you to donate to !Maturino and show these players, give them your love and support. As well as tune into all of our usual channels, YouTube where we upload the VODs, following E30, Cheap, etc. on the socials, and just generally, you know, subbing and doing the things that you can be doing to make sure you do not miss a second of BB tag action.
Yep. We're here, doing the best we can. I'll have a couple VODs up soon. It's just, unfortunately, Twitch enacted this new system where you could only have about 100 hours worth of VODs available on your highlights. And what I like doing is clipping the VODs to only showcase, you know, the tournament from beginning to end. No opening, no closing statements. But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury anymore. So
you.
What's up?
I was gonna say, you're saying that you had clips that were 3 hours long.
Yes. I saved the WNF VODs to Twitch before I do that. But now yeah, so I recently took a screenshot. I sent it over to a couple people the other day, but yeah, so like I said, you're only allowed to have about 100 hours worth of highlights. So I need to trim down about like 500 hours worth of content.
I feel like when you have a 3 hour long clip, you know, it's no longer a clip.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I mean, like I said,
that's not fitting on a YouTube short. That's fitting on a YouTube. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it's highlights, not actual like clips itself.
I mean, you know, you're right. The entire tournament is a highlight, and this is just another part of the highlight of the night. And Sonic-kun, Mustache Villain getting settled into winners finals, and that's a highlight burst punish on the side of Sonic-kun. Jaeger, half health.
Getting the momentum started here. Sonic-kun is looking very nice right now. That was disgusting.
Wow! Broke my ankles, not able to confirm. Oh no, and now Taker's ankles. Can take him to the doctor.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we need to take him to a mortician instead. He is dead to rights right now.
Yeah.
What's that villain? Half health Teddy against two full health characters. It's looking a bit dire, but you know, one can always have faith in situations like this. But pray for the next games will be better. Actually,
for sure, man. It's rough, man. Teddy usually, as a character, can like, you know, wait out neutral, you know, setting up items at the top of the screen. But Hart can chase him down, and S4P is so active. There's always a landmine waiting for you that can confirm into a full comp. So not a great shell to fall into. We have to see if we can adapt to the second game. You know, hopefully this time not burst into Heart 5B as quickly.
yeah.
Hey man, he plays Sager. You know, if you know the gimmick that Taker does, same with Heart.
Yeah,
All right.
hopefully,
Sparkle.
I mean, this game's already looking a lot better for Mustache Villain in these opening moments.
Yeah. Or Sandwich. Oh, good push block on the side of Sonic, who doesn't have to deal with the strike throw. Even is going to be able to get the happy birthday. Teddy not recovering in time, but now Taker, I mean, has the ways of getting out of this, and unfortunately is going to get hit instead. Oh, another burst bait on the side of Sonic-kun. Very wise from Mustache Villain to wait it out. Oh my god.
I can't believe
How many can we do?
Taker confident for that long. It's nice, but unfortunately he gets hit by the S5P in the background.
Yeah. I mean, this is really good for Mustache Villain, though. Able to start establishing more screen control. No, but another active switch scenario blown up by Sonic-kun, and now, once again, solo Teddy. Okay, good pickup. Gonna be able to have the barrel coming in the back to keep at least a little bit more of a turn. Oh, but good push blocks by Sonic-kun.
Keeping the pressure on, and unsuccessful throw break. And Mustache Villain running for the hills with this. Going to land it to the Curry. I don't think this will be a dead S just yet.
No, she's so gone, right? Landed the... Oh, no, right, because he had landed into the Curry after. Couldn't get the Curry to land first. All right, there we go. Good stuff by Mustache Villain, able to rob one more victory. Here comes Buckets.
Oh, and the Buckets came down rolling, and Mustache Villain has a life lead. But, that just needs one more solid hit to close this out. But Sonic, same thing can be said for Sonic-kun.
Yeah, the good thing on Mustache Villain's side is that he has 5 meters. There can be a lot of safe item tosses if we so choose. But no, instead, we're going to get the clean hit. Blue beat combo ends it early, probably because it wasn't regulated quite perfectly enough. Has meter, has health, a really tall mountain for Sonic Kun to climb right now. Barrel, yeah, keep it safe. No, able to avoid it. Smart bomb, and nice.
It just
Late push block was not to be found, and Mustache villain 2v1 Teddy comeback.
excellent work, and I think, especially with the Mustache Jones team, with the 2 characters he has in his repertoire, I definitely think Teddy is by far the more the character you want to have when it comes down to the solo game, and they've showcased like how strong that can be.
Teddy is definitely a character that you need to be ready for, and the number of Teddys we have over here, single digit even. And I think it's just MV at this point.
Yeah. Unless we have a miraculous comeback from the legend known as Itapuku, I think this is the only
erasure I'm hearing.
Who?
That's crazy.
Damn. All right, that's how it's going to be, boss.
Holy
Wait, I didn't catch it. I missed the name. That was an on.
Okay.
Lance plays Teddy.
Oh, I forgot. You know what?
Oh my god.
I missed the name and I forgot Lamb was over here too. My bad, Lamb. It's okay. He'll watch this VOD at some point and then he can call me out. I mean, Mustache Villain is also a different breed. Like there are levels to the Teddy for sure.
Yeah.
But this Taker though is what we gotta talk about. Ooh, very lucky, able to get the active frames. Gonna be able to bait. No, he pressed the button. No, the freeze frame where you're like, nah, I'm good, and then turns out you actually Shadow you from 5 seconds ago ended up screwing you over, and now Solo Teddy's got to make another comeback.
Excellent routing as well. And keep the pressure up. Curry is in place. Space control available, but a gun will come out.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit unfortunate because you don't want to get the meteors for neutral, but you need the Curry for damage. And yeah, Mustache Villain just trying to cycle through the options. Oh, Red Rocket coming in clutch. Now Mustache Villain is going to be able to get him into the corner and start setting up the rotations you need. Here comes Barrel. You force him in there? Trying to!
Doesn't look like they need
We're
it.
not going to make it.
Mustache Villain just trying to make as much happen. Very healthy Teddy, as at about, I'd say, a third of their health left. And I think it's up to Sonic to try and make something happen despite having both characters.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you don't really want to approach, like, you'd rather not run into the Curry, as Sonic runs into the Curry. And what was once a glorious health lead has turned into a almost dead character.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Sonic right now. The green Gunpla coming out. But unfortunately, no pressure on the board. Gets clipped low. I don't think this will be a kill just quite yet. But it's definitely a one-shot situation now for Mustache Villain's Teddy.
I mean, yeah, you can set up anything you want here, instant overheads. You can set up the heart safe jump Oki, and that is going to be...
Oh my god, what a DP! But the gun!
Alright. We didn't need the heart Oki. All we needed was more neutral, and the one hit turns into what Sonic needed to take a 2-1 lead, I believe.
Yep, that's 2-1 in Sonic favor right now. But these are all hard-fought matches, and they're definitely going back and forth. So Sonic-kun, despite having the lead right now, still has to make adjustments if they want to close this out.
Yeah, yep. All right, see if Tager can pull a little bit more weight. Definitely has been a sacrificial lamb for the last few games. Now, Mustache Villain definitely trying to play it a little bit slow. Understanding they probably don't have the license to really take their turn at the beginning of rounds like they may have in other matchups. Let's see if this ends up working out better. Yep, gets the 5C, bounces her around.
Mustache Villain keeping the pressure up, and Sonic looking a little worse for wear in terms of how to navigate and what to do right now.
Hurry up soon. Mustache Villain definitely trying to figure out the best way to get it out. Yep, there we go. Able to force the 3K onto S, and now Got the block the mix up, not able to, and now, oh no, didn't allow that far into the combo. The pinwheel screwing things up, and now we got to work through the rest of this. Teddy having to play some defense.
Yeah. And this is Sonic-kun's chance to get something started here. Was able to get the knockdown and try and keep the pressure up. And a nice 5C will crack the dome of Mustache Villain and put Teddy in the red.
Yeah, and Mustache Villain's been doing a very good job playing Teddy for this entire round, and now has to play Taker. He wants Teddy to stay alive for the late game. So you get to play? Answer is looking like no right now.
So this is no at the moment, but you know, a nicely timed DP or something could happen here. Just to get some pressure on the board, but an excellent push block.
Yep. Oh my god. He didn't press the button this time. He's gonna backdash? Wait a minute.
He's got the combos on deck, but unfortunately doesn't close it out. Heart's still alive. Green gunplay coming out. Not working out. Trying to keep the pressure up.
Oh, using the very tail end of the fish on the 5C, that is some real character expertise tech right there. All right, keep him locked. Which side? Sandwich. Oh, 5C, JC to keep it burst safe. And now down to just Heart. And a simple strike throw mix will tie it up 2-2.
Yeah, as we saw right there, I think there's a... It catches people off guard that like a lot of people just don't remember that Taker's 4AA hits low. So thankfully Mustache Villain is ready for it and just got the nice confirm and is able to bring it to a game 5.
All right, yeah, definitely the slower approach from Mustache Villain in that round has been letting him actually maybe start taking control a little bit of the neutral. So let's see if that approach ends up paying off. Teddy unfortunately gets clipped early during this sequence, but it's only mid-screen, and you're able to get Taker in safely. So a lot of health to work through. You get used to of Taker 5P now. Oh, but Taker's getting, but Eddie's getting smacked. Good backdash once more, but unfortunately the pushback did not allow for the combo that Mustache Villain was looking for.
Yeah. Oh no, the slip and slide mix. But yeah, Sonic looking very good in these opening moments in this set, and just Taker already down to help, and anti-air spark will put Mustache Villain in potentially some really solid favor right now. Oh, this is disgusting. Yeah.
Oh, the left right, yeah, get him. Unfortunately, gives Heart the juice, and that may have been what helped her live with enough HP. Now down to just Taker, and I don't know if this is going to be very easy.
Yeah,
all right, that's a good start. Spark, oh. Yeah, go take your frames. Yeah, eat the tech forward, and now he's going to be able to get a super. No, we're going to save it for one more. Yes. Oh, just right tech wheel, just right tech wheel. Kill him, Booms! All right, that's fine. You kill one of them, that's more than enough.
Definitely still doable. I definitely think, you know, Mustache Villain realistically, like, probably only just needs, like, a good clip on a Spark Bolt to end this. But, yeah, Sonic-kun definitely not going to make it easy here.
Oh, no! He didn't go for the passive piece to run it down. Sonic-kun getting out for free with the air resonance, and just like that, he's going to be going out of the winner's side. Sonic-kun moving into grand finals.
Yeah. Sonic-kun looking good. And Mustache Villain isn't out of it just yet, but we will find out who their opponent will be in just a moment. Well, we'll be moving down into the loser semis finals, where we'll see who has the honor of fighting Mustache Villain between Yosuro and the Tech.
I'm doing some mid bracket coaching. Okay, MV's got to do the timer scam on the air resonance. I need to see it. It was primed and ready. Oh. So sad. All right, but Mustache Villain is not going to be playing in loser semifinals. It will be Detective Crow and Yosuro, as we are waiting for the privilege of hitting your top 3 and getting a good, what was it, 10% of the currently $20 pot Still got plenty of time for you to get your Macherini codes in here and get your lovely message read out loud by the commentators present today.
Yep. And as a bit of formality, since Cheap is feeling a little under the weather, if you want to donate and leave a message, I will read it, provided that it doesn't get me canceled. I will apply the same terms and conditions that Cheap will apply. So if you want me to say something interesting or funny or just completely out of pocket, within reason, of course, it is available to you.
Speaking of out of pocket run up 5A from Yosro, as well as a out of pocket throw, is going to be putting Detective Crow in the corner into, you guessed it, the funny situation. Oh my god, JC. High low, where are we going to go? We're going to be getting this character almost out of here. Oh, but no burst punish. And now Ragnar gets just play. What, you call the assist? Oh my goodness, that assist was almost gone.
I think for Detective Crow, they're still alive, but they're putting Akatsuki out with this low health. You gotta be careful.
I mean, Detective Crow is saying, I don't need Akatsuki. All I need is Ragnar. I need the boot. I need the forward motion on the control pad. And it's working out really well for them. Getting a grip of health here. And now... Oh, even going to switch into Akatsuki just to put him at literally one touch away.
Yeah. I'd imagine they did that just to see if that'll kill them. Unfortunately, didn't. But a wake up 2A will clip them. And Detective Crow just running for the hills right now with his life lead.
Yep. All right, good blocks, but now, well, a win's a win, and Yosro had to do something there for sure.
Yeah, unfortunate for Yosro. Detective Crow had a brief moment of worry on our end, but thankfully for them, it did not work out, and we'll be moving on. Or no, but moving on to our second game.
Yeah, let's go, guys. We gotta switch to format best of one.
Look, best of one BBTAG we'd be done in 30 minutes.
Absolutely, man. We could get through so many player matches in best of one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, Yosoro's reversals definitely coming back to bite them during this set. Another good punish from Detective Crow, opting mostly for the corner carry this time. We're trying to keep him in the corner, but unfortunately, jumping JB, always a tactic of choice for Adachi, and now Detective Crow is be gracing the other corner.
Oh, getting clipped by the tail end of that 5P. Yeah, it has a pretty nice upwards hitbox, thankfully, but Yosoro still keeping up the pressure right now. Probably going to be put into another situation, but nice clip on the air there, and it confirmed to get the side switch as well, and just roll back out.
I mean, Detective Crow definitely, I think, was willing to let Yosoro try to self cross up. Unfortunately for them, Yosoro a little bit too solid right there. Another Atom Smasher for a clean amount of damage. Gonna have to bend the second bar, but well worth it to put yourself in a 2v1.
Obviously, Akatsuki looking less and less doable, unfortunately. Tried to go for the EX Street Smarts, but not working out. And nice tap on the brakes from Yosoro and evening up the score.
Hey man, Detective Crow cycled their options. They cycled through all the options. So, not their fault. They played solid BB tag as they claim. Sometimes cycling options is not what you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in doing the same thing over and over again until they call you out.
I'm in general agreement. Like if it isn't broke, if it's still working, then don't fix it.
If it doesn't work, do it again.
Yeah.
Be a sicko.
Exactly. Yeah, like they might be ready for it once, but that doesn't mean they'll be ready for it again. But this unfortunate happy birthday of the opening moments of this game 3 here is not looking great for Detective Crow right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage Adachi's doing, huh? 7.2 turning into even more thanks to the pickup from Yu Narukami. Oh my god, had 4 bars to put him at one touch, but instead is going to be putting him in here. Good blocks, does not crouch the second. Gauntlet Hades hit, and unfortunately was not able to get a special cancel after that. JC. Now, this character might be dead with the right routing. In fact, he will be. Double cross slash for your troubles.
Yeah, I'd say either that or maybe just a sliver, actually.
No, 3,000 damage. 3,000's in there. Oh boy.
All up to Solo Adachi on Detective Crow's end, but unfortunately getting clipped by that AZO and just going to loop this a couple times over. And Yosuro up 3-1 or 2-1.
Yep. Yosuro definitely in the driver's seat right now. Detective Crow from their very dominating game has been somewhat figured out. I have to say, Yosuro has been doing a very good job at quickly adapting these past few matches. So, gonna be up to Detective Crow to make a similarly good adjustment.
Yeah, looks like they're. I understand the like offensive prowess of Ragnar in this set, but unfortunately, I think this team shuts Ragnar down pretty handily. Granted, that's piloted by the right person, and Yosuro just so happens to be that person. Another happy birthday!
Another JB! Oh my god. I just want to say Easter, I was watching a Weighted Fate, and there were so many games that were robbed by Adachi pressing JB on defense.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like I was one of the primary witnesses of it because I was commentating it.
What a move of all time. I can't believe being able to crush run-up buttons truly is what makes a move the best in the game. Alright, but now, let me see if that's not going to end up being relevant. Yosuro with their own JB, their own buttload of damage coming through. We'll just keep it simple. Cross slash. Cross slash. And there they go.
Yosuro hungry for their run back against Mustache Villain. Coming right up.
Detective Crow figured their capture button mid-set.
Oh no!
There was a brief moment where Adachi was standing still. I'm like, okay, you know, wait it out, and then Soul Breaker right there.
That's definitely a heartbreaker and a half right there, unfortunately. Them's the breaks, and
it's okay to Detective Crow. I promise you, it wasn't just you fat freeing to capture, which led to your demise. There were a lot of things, but that doesn't help for sure. All right, good stuff, Detective Crow. Though ending up in a 4th in today's lovely bracket, but we're getting into the top 3. We're paying for actual dollars. Quantity of dollars, small, but still actual dollars exchanging hands. And, losers is going to be Mustache Villain and Yosuro. And the winner gets the privilege of going up against Sonic-kun in your grand finals.
Yep. This is a run back from earlier. So, hopefully, Yosuro has some of that momentum crawling their way out of losers finals to make something happen. But let's see if Mustache Villain is even hungry for their own run back against Sonic-kun.
Adachi-san, a hero never arrives on time.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight!
Oh my god. Alright, Yosuro was the hard read, trying to anti-air the Teddy, the bear screw round start, and instead they're going to be getting hit, being their reversal punished, and now it's bear time for sure.
Getting crossed up there, and yeah, just the pressure is completely going on it. Oh my, delete this fucking character out of the game.
You mean Teddy or Adachi?
No,
it's not
Adachi,
Adachi.
get this goddamn character out of here.
I'm just saying, there's a few characters who would have avoided that. Oh no! Mustache feeling with the punch, whipping on the Spark Bolt combo, and now, oh man, bad to worse. Taker in the corner, just start dropping a combo of their own, obliging, and we got a chance. We got a chance.
Yeah. So keeping the pressure up, and yeah, just doing a simple catch down to super just to kill the Taker. But Teddy has been the problem of the night, regardless of who's fighting against him. So very healthy Teddy right off the bat. This is definitely doable. Nice confirming. Oh no, this is a burst whip. Yeah, you deserve that. This character's stupid.
He's gonna even going to let the bomb to the work for him. Gets the save versus activation too. Putting it in. Ice coming down. No, Ice is not going to be there in time. Going to get the punish. No, very wise in realizing that it could get canceled through resonance, and Mustache villain taking that first game.
You'll get stronger someday.
There was insane awareness in just waiting that slight second after the AGO. I forgot completely that that was super cancelable in that moment.
Yeah, and I think that's just a testament to like the tenure of Mustache Villain, and you know, also they play Taker, so they have that grappler's level of patience in situations where most people would crack, and that ultimately concluded to their first game on the board here in this losers finals.
Yeah, and he proved formidable. Very fortunate that they did not get that burst punished. All right, goes for the EX grab just to get better Oki, and because of that, now one more touch away. Oh, which side? It's the cross up one more time.
I hate that so much. It's so disgusting. For a mix with the way Mustache Villain uses the gadget finger with Teddy active switch.
I just always assume it's same side. Anytime someone does something cool, I'm gonna end up. All right, good side switch combo, the Mustache Villain classic. All right, unblockable for your troubles. Unfortunately, does not have enough bar to really make it hurt that much, so it has to go for one more mix-up to kill.
It's still damage on the board, thankfully, and was able to kill the Narukami for all of the solo Adachi. Not looking too great right now.
Oh, well, that's a good start for Yosuro. Not gonna be able to pick up Taker just slightly too far. Yeah, keep it burst safe. Gonna get the safe resonance. Oh no, Mustache Villain going for the hard read with the A Collider. Instead, it gets mashed on, and now up to Teddy. What a JC does it again! Do it one more time, I dare you.
So unfortunate. Yeah, we'll be getting a nice chunk of damage. Probably going to put Teddy into a one-touch situation at this point. Still has resonance to pop, so hopefully they are able to use it soon.
Yeah, Mustache Villain not gonna pop resistance right away. Has a neutral skip with EX Bear Screw, and it's gonna have enough damage to kill and go up 2-0.
I was a little worried that it would fall. Adachi would fall right into the drink, but thankfully ended up on the other side. And Mustache Villain just needs one more game to book their ticket into the grand finals.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't tell which drink is the HP up drink and which drink is the meter drink.
Don't worry, I don't know either.
Okay, perfect. I think the meter drink comes first.
I think the can is meter and the bottle or whatever is
Okay,
health, if I remember
that makes
correctly.
sense. Yeah, I just know that meter comes first, which makes it really funny when the Teddies do their normal early in the game. Right, good blocks.
The defense
is
is backing off, just trying to reset pressure a little bit, but just gets caught out by the P and a nice burst read as well. Mustache Villain taking momentum back very quickly.
Yep. Oh my god, steals the corner right just in time. Gets one more mix off of it. Now Taker going to be getting good damage. Good knockdown. Oh, but let's kill. Alright, Anna Smasher.
Okay, speaking of the two like items that regain health and meter respectively, there's also a little indicator on like There's also a little visual indicator. If it's the meter, it has like a little bit of that blue aura around it when it gets picked up, and it's green when it's a health item.
I had no idea. Unfortunately, the health that Mustache Villain picked up is not actually. It's going to be proof. Never mind. Not enough to save them from the onslaught, and this may be curtains for Teddy.
Not quite. Don't have the mirror just yet, but we'll need to pop resistance right now, and yeah, never mind.
Sometimes what I'm thinking is we don't need to play the technicalities, man. When the BZO is on you and you're popping to it, you know the odds aren't in your favor.
Yeah, I agree, but also I play gotcha, so they never are, and like sometimes I want to believe in that timeline where they may have held the BZO mix. So you always gotta account for that. Like I always feel like they'll change it'll be the 5-star that I want for real this time.
But Yosro showing signs of life, able to really scam their way out of a desperate situation from that wake up super. So see if this is the sign of the Yosro adaptation. Many of the games this day, they've lost the first few and then adapted and won the rest. Starting to look like that right now. Oh, but Mustache Villain, adaptation master, teleports to the other side, and now Yosro is on the back foot.
Good so far. Narukami, a hurting unit right now, but a run-up grab will put Yosro in a decent favor right now. Looking good so far. Going for the command grab for the ideal Oki here.
Oh no, did the thing where you said you had Spark Bolt. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Wait, can you get caught in there? It's over. The hopes you had of bursting out of this are not to be seen now. Solo Teddy.
Oh no, try to press a button against the 7-framer on the incoming, and just like that, Yosuro tied up a score. We're going to a game 5.
I'm really feeling the CFism that Mustache Villain is a. They haven't been using Sledge very much in neutral with Tager, something that you would normally do if you're playing Tager. By like carve out space. It seems like 5C into or 5A into nothing are, I don't know, definitely a more CF-esque series of game plan from what I'm seeing.
Hopefully they're able to make some adjustments and not let the 2 games that they lost to get to them, but unfortunately they will be getting opened up once again and have to deal with another BZO setup. Excellent navigation, able to put them in the corner, but unfortunately a drop combo and Yosuro ready for it.
Oh, able to block just in time. There's a Sledge, but not able to hold it long enough to get through. And now we get to run Okizeme on Narukami. Oh my god, just jump forward multiple times, but not able to get the hit in the end. Alright. Playing it low and slow, Mustache Villain knows that they don't have a great way of approaching without bar. Oh no,
they're using whatever they can, unfortunately, for them, but able to force Yosuro into the corner. But goes into the Drake, so I don't know if it was bounded or not, but went for the hard beat and lost to Teddy for it.
I mean, I understand. Sometimes you gotta go for the read, but now Tager finds Lonesome into one of his worst enemies. Yep. And just like that, it may be the end for our hero, Tager, getting cross-flashed. And Yosuro adapting one more time, climbing over one more pro, moving their way into grand finals.
Booking their ticket, got the run back, able to make the hero play, and actually, you play this team. You're a villain for that. Even though there's
Mustache Villain's got a villain in his name.
No, but he's definitely the hero in this situation, because of the team he plays.
That's true. That's true. It is not meant to be. Teddy will be coming out in the in third place today, so we will be getting a probably another one of the Wednesday Night Fight classics. Sonic-kun Yosuro in your grand final.
Good so far. Hopefully they can carry this momentum, but Sonic-kun sitting in the winner's side, so they only have to win one 3 out of 5 set. While Yosuro has to not only beat beat Sonic-kun in a race to 3 out of 5, but has to do it again should they take it. Have a little bit of a ways to go, and we're going right into it. Again, we're closing out the night. Exclamation point Matcherino. We'll go from there.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, gonna be interested to see how this one hashes out. See if Yosuro's been downloading like the entire bracket. Every game, first one. In this case, the first made a clean sweep afterwards. Gotta check his hard drive.
Yep. Going into it, Sonic-kun, Yosuro, both on their teams that they're most well known for. Grand final starting now.
Adachi-san, I still believe in our friendship. Then you're even dumber than I thought.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight!
Oh, hello, 5A into grab. Definitely, we are on pressure levels that are super player specific at this point.
Trying to read the
A good
defensive
4P,
options.
able to interrupt the Adachi 6P as well, but not able to land in time for the burst bait.
Yosuro getting the first bit of offense going in these opening moments. Going to cash out in the super, gonna get some nice Oki, a good amount of damage on the board. Keeping the pressure up, Sonic-kun staying firm. But yeah, needs to get the S in there.
Yep, that's JB putting in the good work as a strong both side hitting high. Gonna get the tick throw as well. Now, ooh, good weight on the throw confirm. Going to be getting a good grip of damage on you. And now, one more mix. No burst readily available. And another DP baited.
Yeah, what was looking good for Yosuro in these opening moments is Sonic-kun was just able to stay solid and take it back. Good anti-air as well, and I think that's going to be it, provided that Sonic-kun does not drop this.
Yeah, making S2B look like a premier anti-air, something only a expert like Sonic-kun could do. Going up one game, maybe grand finals be over quickly, but Yosuro could just be playing the long game. You know, you got to throw a few times in order to lure your opponent into that fall.
Could be cooking up something devious behind the scenes, just trying to, or they could be just throwing something at a wall and seeing what sticks. Either way, Sonic-kun only needs 2 more games to close this out.
Adachi-san.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight!
Counting on you.
Just that devious
All right.
4P. And Sonic-kun is just super good at it. Just like, you know, I believe S's 4P is like one of the stronger ones, and they've been able to have very good application of it so far.
Yeah, it's both fast, but it's both fast and super active. But I think most importantly is that even the very final hits of it still launch the same way as the first one.
Yeah.
So it definitely just turns into a wow. If I ever like contest this space, I am getting thrown into the sky.
So looking good, keeping the pressure up in these opening moments, but this was something indicative of what happened last game. So, and the problem character of last game is out now.
Yep. Oh, almost well, actually a great pickup on the side of Yosuro, but unfortunately not able to turn that pressure into damage. Now has to keep on trying to keep Sonic-kun pinned in a corner. Sonic-kun's been great at it, fighting their way out the last few times. Does it one more time, instant overhead for your troubles. Even able to keep the side switch combo. Now, Yosuro. Ooh, very smart duck.
Yeah. It's getting hit with the tail end of that JB. It's super active. Just going for
This is the vacuum from the 5P to steal the corner, and with that is going to be stealing the life of Yu Narukami. Super, suspend a second one, but it's all good. It's all worth it.
Looking good and wasn't expecting to land on the other side, and Sonic-kun on tournament point now.
Even the awareness to use the B hard punch for the best punish. Knew that the armor frames would be active just in time. Like, insanely clean play by Sonic-kun so far. Yosro, I mean, look, Yosro's got to be at full power right now, right? Has given up 2 games in quick succession. If this goes like the rest of the night, you know, Sonic-kun's gonna have to really work hard to close this out.
Definitely have to buckle down one more time and see if they can make something happen, but you know, it's Sonic-kun evidently is not making this easy.
No, Sonic-kun is pulling out their A game. Yosro letting the intros rock, trying to do the anime thing where you get super powerful.
Yeah, you gotta, you know, you have temporary amnesia, but then you remember your friends for the comeback. But unfortunately, Sonic-kun also has a buff of their own. Recently, having the blessings of their own crew with PCF. But let's see if Yosro can make something happen. Unfortunately, Adachi is already in the red at this point.
Another neutral situation turned into Sonic-kun's favor. Yeah, Yosro is gonna need a lot. The defense purchase, giving Yosro a singular chance to start doing something. Yeah, we're gonna try running that as much as we can. 4 bars to his name. Gonna set up the mix. Gonna get a hit, but not gonna be able to convert it.
Yosro just trying to use some of the universal ability that just to try to make something happen here. Trying to keep the pressure up the best as they can. Get an active switch in. Counter hit 5A. Adachi ain't looking too great though. Careful. It's caught by the command grab though.
Yeah, finally catches Sonic-kun blocking a little bit too long. Has gotten the read on how ready they are on defense. But pulls out one of those really niche options. Yep, another overhead blocked.
And just the patience by Sonic-kun so far. Looking good. Keeping it up. Calling out the super. Got both of them, unfortunately. Nice throw break. Trying to go for a throw bait. Unsuccessful. Mindless not coming for this.
You have enough time to go into cross raid. Not able to route into it.
Very
Very
for
unfortunate for Sonic-kun. Has to hit one more time. Gets it after the EX fireball. Now down to just Adachi.
And
Now there he
Sonic-kun
goes.
with the sandwich situation takes it 3-0 over Yosro to win the tournament. I don't want to go to a grand finals reset. I'm just going to end you right here. Is the word